Hi, my name is Alessandro and I'm the founder of Guided Light Healing. I want to welcome you to week 2 of our Relationship Mastery series. The very first thing I want to start out by talking about today is the idea of what makes a good partner and some of the terms that we're going to use here to explain what a good partner is. We need a partner who can challenge us, who can force us to grow and to get us to the higher levels of expansion our soul came here to do. Now, if we think of the best way to get there, we have sort of two options for partners. We can have a partner who has a few things in common with us and shares a couple small pieces of our life, or we can have a partner who has everything in common with us and can share all areas of life. Now, when we're choosing these two types of partners, and we're going to start to get into talking about what makes them up and how to classify them. My first question to you guys out there watching today is a partner you only have a few things in common with, and you're only going to want to share a few parts of your life with. Are they going to be as effective as a teacher into helping you grow if you don't have a want to be around them all the time? If you don't feel like you can share all parts of your life with them? Right. A relationship, a really, really good relationship is going to be a partner who shares the energetic connections and compatibility in a bunch of different areas, because the more areas that they are matched to, the more opportunities there are going to be for the soul to grow. We can start out by saying that there are actually 4 areas in which we can measure a relationship and a good partner. Most people tend to not set the bar really high. There are a lot of outside factors in the universe that come into play, but most people who end up in relationships that don't work well tend to only be what I would call a 2 out of 4 match. The problem is this person is only a 50% match, which means you're only going to be drawn to sharing about 50% of your life with this person. This is why it's really important that when we are in the dating processes, when we are with partners who are only a 50% match to us, that we start to really evaluate and ask, do I feel worthy of a partner who can match me in all 4 areas? Now, when you come across and when you meet what I would call a 3 out of 4 compatibility, these are ones that are pretty special. There aren't many of these relationships out there. Now, 3 out of 4s are incredible because they prepare us to meet a 4 out of 4. And the reason I say we want to be in relationships with 3 out of 4, we want to have these experiences, because none of us come out of our childhood years ready for relationships. It was my experience. It took me until my 30s to start to get really good at relationships. We just don't have the tools and the understandings of relationships and how we can best utilize them. So we need time to practice. And we also need to experience an amazing relationship. And this is what 3 out of 4s can be. Going back to self-love, which is one of the most important things that each and every single person should have, and definitely every person watching these videos. With self-love, we should all want the most incredible person in our life, a person who can match us in all areas, who we can share amazing things in our likes and dislikes in all areas, and they are going to see eye to eye with us. They're going to have amazing information to contribute. They're going to have their own stories on the things that we like and similar experiences in which we get to bond and connect with. The idea is this today, is that there are 4 different areas. Again, those areas are mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional. And what we want to do is we're choosing our partner. What do I deserve? Do I really deserve a partner who's going to complement me perfectly? Do I deserve a person who's going to make my soul expand and grow and be its best self? Do I want a person who's going to make me head over heels in love, head over heels enjoying life? And one of the things I want you guys to understand today is that the better match a person is for you, it doesn't mean you're closer to happily ever after. It means the more obstacles that come in. And now, if you integrate the tools, the rules, and the ideas that we're going to talk about in this series, what is going to happen is that relationship is going to go from a place of challenge, of a place of obstacle, and start to get to that place, that mythical happily ever after that we said in episode 1 to sort of put out of your head. Well, now it becomes an option. It's with the right tools and a 4 out of 4 match that we can start to pursue and experience the highest levels of intimacy, the highest levels of mental connection, the highest levels of emotional connection, and the highest levels of physical connection. And this is what makes an incredible relationship. What you are looking for is you are looking for a match in as many of the 4 areas as you can get. And when you find your 4 out of 4, and we don't just have one, in my experience of this, of well over 50,000 people I've worked with on this over the years, is that most people have 2, 3, 4. I've seen up to 6 or 7 4 out of 4s out there. And not every one of them is meant to be an intimate relationship. But we do have a bit of a choice when it comes to what we refer to as soul complement and what you guys might refer to as a soulmate or twin flame. The understanding I want you guys to get into is basically the idea that what we are looking for in matches and in relationships is somebody who can match us in all 4 areas of our life. The higher the compatibility, the higher the opportunity will be for obstacles. But the rewards will way outweigh the risks and the challenges. When you do find yourself with a 4 out of 4, this is what we want to focus on a longer term commitment with. This person has an ability to make our soul expand and grow in ways that we cannot do alone. I hope that this episode this week started to bring some clarity on what makes a good relationship. It started to bring some clarity on what people call a soul complement, what people call a soulmate, and what that actually is and means in your life. This idea of being able to measure somebody up on how compatible are they among the 4 areas of my life is one of the most important things that you're going to consider. It's one of the most important things for self-love, and it's one of the most important things for your soul to grow at the fastest rate possible. I want you guys to start to observe this week. I want you to start to look at relationships, look at couples and people that you are very familiar with, and start to make a guess as to, are they a 2 out of 4? Are they a 3 out of 4? Are they a 4 out of 4? Start to notice, what do they look like? What are the interactions like? What is the happiness and what is the growth of those 2 people in that dynamic? As you start to look around and to notice and to really take in all this data, it is going to have a profound effect in your life. And for any of you out there watching, if you are in some sort of long-term commitment, it's not lost. Even if you are with a 2 out of 4, we can still make this work. But today is about understanding sort of the bigger complexity, the soul view of relationships. And this is going to start to make some beautiful changes and help you to really streamline, navigate, and choose the right partners in your life. If you are with the right partners, this is still going to help, because now you know, oh wait, I have 2 out of 4 compatibility, which means I should only pick these 2 areas to try and relate with my partner. If I try to take spiritual and start to talk to them about spiritual stuff, we're not going to connect, we're not going to get it. And that's sort of taking that square peg and trying to shove it into that round hole. So any place you are at in your life, this is something that is going to help and to really, really start to create some sort of harmony and beautiful growth in your relationships. So with that being said, I want to thank you guys for joining me this week. Next week, we have another incredible episode coming. With that being said, my name is Alessandro. I'm the founder of Guided Light Healing, and I'll see you guys back soon. Take care.